So here we are going to do the long question answer from the chapter The Gupta Era and Age of Tireless Creativity. Multiple choice question answers and the short question answer has been already done. So let us do 10 important long question answers from the chapter. Since 4 marks is there for the long question answer, so the answer is covered in the point wise. So it will be easy for you to write also and to just go through the answers also. So the first question is, why is Gupta period sometimes called the classical age in Indian history? Because cultural flourishing. The Gupta period saw great advancement in literature, art, architecture and science, marking a golden era of Indian culture. Achievement in science and mathematics. Scholars like Aryabhat and Brahmeda made significant contribution to astronomy and mathematics. Growth of Sanskrit literature. Sanskrit literature reached its peaks with work of Kalidas and other poet and playwright. Political stability and prosperity. The Gupta Empire brought political unity and economic prosperity which supported cultural and intellectual growth. So these are the 4 points. That's why it is known as classical age. That is the cultural flourishing, achievement in science and mathematics, growth of Sanskrit literature, political stability and prosperity. Next question is, describe the achievement of Samudragupta. So first is the military conquest. Samudragupta expanded the Gupta Empire through numerous successful campaigns in North and South India, as recorded in the Prayagraj, that is Allahabad pillar inscription by his court poet Harisena. Okay, so military conquest is the first achievement. Secondly, administration and diplomacy. He allowed defeated southern rulers to continue ruling as his tributaries, showing skill in diplomacy. Patron of arts and culture. Samudragupta was a poet and musician and promoted Sanskrit literature, music and learning. Religious tolerance. Although a follower of Hinduism, he was tolerant toward other religions and gave donation to Buddhist monasteries. So this is the achievement of Samudragupta. Next question is, what titles were adopted by the Gupta rulers and what do they signify? So the first title is Maharaja Dhiraj. Maharaja Dhiraja. This title means King of Great Kings, showing that the Gupta ruler had control over several subordinate kings. Samrat. It means emperor, highlighting the ruler's supremacy authority over a vast territory. Chakravarti. This ancient title means universal ruler or one who rules over the entire world, symbolically showing the king's divine and political supremacy. And what is the significance of these titles? So these grand titles reflected the imperial power, ambition and legitimacy of the Gupta emperor, especially during the reign of Chandragupta I and Samudragupta. Next question is, how did the Gupta Empire expand their empire? So military conquest. Gupta rulers like Samudragupta expanded the empire through successful wars in northern and southern India, as mentioned in the Prayagraj inscription. Secondly, through marriage alliances. Chandragupta first strengthened his position by marrying Kumara Devi of the Lijavi clan, gaining political influence. Annexation and tribute. Conquered kingdoms were either annexed directly or allowed to rule as a tributary state, especially in the south. Strategic diplomacy. The Gupta used diplomatic relations and alliances to maintain control and expand influence without constant warfare. Okay, so in this way Gupta Empire expanded their empire. Next question. How did trade flourish during the Gupta Empire? Internal and external trade. The Gupta Empire had flourishing internal trade within India and external trade with regions like Southeast Asia, the Roman Empire and China. Main trade items were India exported spices, silk, cotton, ivory and precious stone and imported gold, silver and luxury goods. Third is use of coinage. Trade was boosted by the widespread use of gold and silver coins, specially issued by rulers like Samudragupta and Chandragupta II. Trade center and ports. Important trade centers like Patliputra, Ujjain and Tamralipiti, a port, help connect inland and overseas trade route. So in this way, the trade was flourished. Next question is, how did Gupta ruler create a supportive environment where creativity and craftsmanship thrive? Royal patronage. Gupta rulers like Chandragupta II and Samudragupta patronized scholars, artists, and craftsmen, encouraging cultural and artistic growth. Flourishing art and architecture. Gupta period bring development in temple architecture, sculpture, and wall painting. Example, Ajanta caves. Promotion of literature. Great Sanskrit writers like Kalidas flourished under Gupta rule, showing strong state support for literary creativity. Economic prosperity. A strong economy and peaceful condition under the Gupta Empire allow craftsmen and artisans to focus on producing high quality goods, including textile, metalwork, and jewelry. Right? Next, what were the main reasons for the decline of the Gupta Empire? First of all, invasion by the Hunas. So, invasion by the Hunas weakened the Gupta Empire significantly. Weak successor. After Skandagupta, the later Gupta rulers were weak and unable to control the vast empire effectively. Loss of territory. Several provinces and feudatory states declared independence, leading to the fragmentation of the empire. Economic decline. Continuous war and invasion caused heavy financial strain, reducing revenue and weakening the central administration. Next question. How were the Pallavas great patrons of art and architecture? Temple building. The Pallavas built famous rock cut and structural temples, especially in Mahabalipuram, such as the Shore Temple and Pancharatha. Innovative architecture. They pioneered Dravidian style architecture and combined rock cut and structural techniques. Sculptural excellence. The Pallavas supported masterful stone carving and sculpture depicting god, goddesses, and mythological scenes. Cultural center. Their capital Kanchipuram became an important center for learning, art, and religious architecture. Okay. So in this we came to know that the Pallavas were the great patroness of art and architecture. How is the legacy of the Gupta Empire still visible in Indian history today? Art and architecture. Gupta style temple architecture and sculpture influenced later Indian temple design and is still seen in temples across India. Language and literature. The promotion of Sanskrit during the Gupta period laid the foundation for classical Indian literature, which is still studied and revered today. Mathematics and science. Contribution of Aryabhatta continued to influence modern mathematics and astronomy. Cultural unity. The Gupta Empire helped shape a shared Indian cultural identity based on Hinduism, Sanskrit, and learning, elements still central to Indian heritage. Right? Now, the last question. Which Gupta ruler was also known as Vikramaditya and why? Chandragupta II, the Gupta ruler Chandragupta II was known as by the title Vikramaditya. So the title Vikramaditya means son of valor and was used to symbolize bravery, strength, and ideal kinship. Military success. He earned this title after defeating the Sakas and expanding the Gupta Empire westward. Cultural patronage. Chandragupta II was a great patron of art, literature, and science and is believed to have had the Navratna in his court, further justifying the legendary title. Okay. So these are 10 important question answers from the chapter. I hope this is going to help to you. So this much for this video. If you are watching until the end, thank you so much for watching.